Come back to another question. So this is question 5 of Object-Oriented Programming, Ymt218. We discussed 4 questions before. This is the 5th one. So let's just check what the question is asking us to do. Write a program that accepts as input a sentence. So we will be inputting a sentence in which all of the words are run together. So we don't have spaces. Just the words are attached to one another without space. But the first character of each word is uppercase. Well, like this, for example, stay home, comma, stay safe. Okay, convert the sentence to a string in which the words are separated by spaces and only the first word starts with an uppercase letter. So if we have this kind of sentence entered by the user stay, capital, home, capital H, stay, capital S, safe, capital S, then we need to change it to stay home, stay safe with only just the initial or the first character in the sentence is capital. Okay, so this is the idea. So we receive a sentence with no spaces and the initials of all the words are capitalized. Then we need to convert this scenario to all lowercase except for the initial or the first character in the sentence. Okay, let's go straight to the question and try to do it. So I create a main method, a main function, sorry. Okay, so we want to receive a text from the user. So what I'm going to do is I will say, okay, maybe string1 equals input enter your text. No. Okay. So we got the text. Now, what we need to do, we need to keep the first character capital, and we assume that the user is entering it capital because the question is telling that actually. So we keep it. How can we get the first character? Let's create a text, the text that we are going to have as a final modified text from the string that the user has entered. So initially I'll have a null, nothing at all, and I will concatenate it to what? To the first character of the string, the entered strings, str1. The first character is marked by index 0, so this is the first character. Now we are holding the first character in a new string called text. So now what we are going to have is a scenario for checking each and every character in the string, if it is uppercase or not. So how can we check it? Now the first character is already confirmed capital and we need it capital. We assume that the user is entering it capital. So we have already marked it and kept it in our new text. So we need to loop from the second index. How can we do that? For I in range, now we don't go from 0, we go from 1 until the end of length, end of my string, the end of my string, cr1. So instead of going from 0, because 0 is already reserved, we don't want to check it, we don't want to convert it, we want to keep it. So we will move from 1 until the end of the string. End of the string is marked by length -1. -1 is determined by the range. The range goes up to not including the length in this case. Good. So what are we going to do is we need to get the character. So I assume that I have a character which is equal to str1 with index I moving from 1 until the end of the string. Okay. Now we need to inspect if this character is capital or not. Okay. If it is capital, we have certain conditions. So if this character is capital, so in this case, I'm very sorry, I can do like this, str.1 str1 I dot is upper. Okay, we can check it. Or if you like, we have already got it here. So I can use this one directly. Since I have already got it, I don't have to repeat. Okay, I can use it directly. If this character, because now it is character, it is just one letter or character. However, it's a string, because we don't exactly have characters in Python this way. We have a string that's represented by just one character. Okay, so if it is upper, then what we are going to do, we have two things to do. We need to convert it to lower dot lower. Why? Because, well, we need this conversion, because we just need only the first letter to be capitalized, and the rest are all lowercase. This is the question. This is what the question is asking. And at the same time, we don't have spaces. We need to create these spaces. So I say text equals plus equals space. So add space instead of this. You can say stuck, or instead of just having the words stuck to one another. Okay. Let's say if the character is not uppercase, then just keep it the way it is and add it to text. Okay. So we add the character to text. It's just updating our text. And then we can display out of the loop the final text. Sorry. Okay. And then we can call the main. So let me just explain again. What we did here is updating the text by adding the character, whether it is converted to lowercase or it is the way it is, because it may be lowercase, so this will be applied and we will add a space. It may be not. So this is the idea. This is exactly the idea. If it is not, just add it the way it is to the text. If it is lowercase, uppercase, then convert it to lowercase, add a space, so we will have this space, the needed space here, instead of having those stuck to one another. Okay, let's try to save and run. Well, we said stay home, comma, stay safe, dot. Let's try to see. Well, we have a problem. Let me see why this one is not working. That's interesting. Let me check what I did wrong. Okay, of course, if I do not assign, that's for sure. If I do not assign this one back again, will not change, because we are creating a copy. We are not changing this one. We spoke about it in theory. Well, for sure, if you do not assign the copy of what you are the manipulation of your string, if you do not assign it somewhere, it will not take it will not affect the original string, because we are creating a new copy. We can assign it back to the same string. That's possible. So in this case, yes, it will work. Let me just, I forgot to assign it. So now it will just work. Let me do it. Stay home, comma, stay safe, period. Okay. That's exactly what we are looking for. So it kept the initial, or the first letter capital, then it converted the rest to lowercase and kept the rest of the characters same. The comma is not changed, the period or the dot is not changed, and that's exactly what we are looking for. Sorry about this confusion. If I do not assign the return of this operation to a string, it will not take action, or the action will not be taken here. We explain about the essence of strings as immutable, that we cannot change them. We can customize a copy based on their contents and assign it somewhere. We can assign it back to them, then that means we are referencing a new string, not the previous string, and the previous string will be just ignored. We will have a new string, exactly what we are doing here and what we are doing here. We initially had a string, we can concatenate it with some value, then we update it. So we need to update this one as well. So that was my just like confusion, or I mistakenly forgot to assign it. And then in this case, the question will run with no problem. Before I conclude the session, before I end this session, let me just give you this question. Remember this question we explained a while ago in the previous session, in the previous video. We mentioned about creating this kind of scenario, like just half triangle. So this question is asking us to modify the previous question, question number 4. Is it 4? Yes, 4. To provide a full triangle like this, or diamond if you like, not triangle, 2 triangles, or like a diamond, okay? So this diamond shape is based on like we have one side here, another here, another here. I want you guys to try to practice and do this one on your own. It's not difficult actually. You need just to arrange your ideas. You already know how to do this, and then this. So you need to arrange your ideas to include this also, and maybe this the other way. Okay, so this is the idea, and until next chapter or next tutorial or theory part, have a good time. Goodbye.